And some people have asked, why do I have music? Well, first off, music lights up 19% of your brain you don't use. That's why it's everywhere, but it's the wrong type. And not saying that mine is perfect, but I'm not going to go down that road. You know, they changed the hertz of the music in the Second World War. The 440 from 432. 440 was more like a war beat. Has this resonance, because everything has its own resonance. But anyway, if you come to my site, there's no way you could not know immediately which reactors, because each day I guarantee to show it. But, you know, I did spend a long, arduous trips on these coastlines in adverse conditions. Me and my puppy, is I'm going to go out and document the coastline. But all the species were missing. Anybody familiar with me knows this story. But I can't critique any of the nuclear apologists and say, hey, wait a second, there was 20,000 particles of radioactive iodine fell, and you're saying there's none there. But I got all kinds of headlines showing that radiation fell throughout the country. But now I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say this, that tritium 7,000 becquerels a liter is wrong. I can't point at the people who said that's not an issue and say they're a liar, because we know strontium, we know tritium, we know the iodine, we know the cesium in this Canadian drinking water standards is from man-made, and that the normal stuff was 0.5 becquerels a liter, where we're getting 7,000 becquerels a liter. And somehow that 7,000 becquerels a liter, according to them, is not as bad as 0.5 becquerels a liter of natural stuff that dissipates before you can get it to your lips, whereas the tritium has a 120-year half-life. How am I the bad person? How did I become the bad person? When I went out, crowdfunded an operation, showed that all the species are missing, and then when the people that get all the traction in the media says that everything is fine, there was no damage whatsoever. Let me give you an example. This is Canada's coastline. We've done all of this coastline. We photographed the entire coastline. I'll show you quick before and after pictures. In the Queen Charlotte's, Earl, right below Earl, it's called Louise Narrow. This is pre-Fukushima picture. That's a pre-Fukushima picture. And what you're going to see coming up is Louise Narrows. And you see there is no color, there is no life on that shoreline. There's nothing there. Pre-Fukushima, this was a smorgasbord of life. Every square inch was vying for space. The entire ecosystem was incredible. Everywhere you looked on that coastline, you seen life. That's what you see, right? That was normally what you would see. Now you see nothing. Now there is nothing there. How am I not supposed to say, hey, this is emergency. This is unbelievable. This is unprecedented. One of the most coveted places in the planet is stripped of all life, and nobody's going to report on that. Nobody's going to bother mentioning that this place was full of life, that this was just an oasis that was unimaginable and was coveted throughout the entire planet, where people would go from all over this planet to come see this. And when you go there now, and we went there and documented it, it's like the moon. It's literally like the moon in every context. There's no color left. There's no life left. The 5,600 species are missing off that whole coastline. But somehow, I'm a bad person. Somehow, me saying, hey, this is an issue. We got to deal with it. We got to talk about this. We got to get on the ball. We need to stop those reactors in Japan from doing this. Because now we know throughout the expedition that the whole coastline is missing all their species. And so they have to arrest me. They have to silence me. They have to shut me up. They have to stop people from understanding that kind of detail. How am I not supposed to be upset by that? How am I not supposed to be impacted by that? How am I not supposed to be affected when I spend 260 days flushing out the entire coastline, documenting and putting up at my site and showing all the species are missing? But somehow I'm the bad person. To show you that no matter how many people were on the beach, you're still not going to find the species that were missing. To show you that no matter how many people were on the beach, you're still not going to find the species that were missing. To really drive that point home, I've come out and pounded and grounded all of them that I could find the energy to do it. And I do it well. I do it daily, weekly. all non-stop now for years. Truly a machine meant to come out and make sure everybody got an opportunity. Because that picture over there is one I took of the melting starfish and the dead birds. These two stars, I took those pictures, along the coastline to show you the healthy. Think about the healthy polar bear versus the emaciated polar bears. They're all emaciated up in the north, all of them. All the killer whales are emaciated. Sea lions, emaciated sea lions going into shops. Can't find food, even on the rocks, it's all gone. Documenting it all the time. Think about how big a polar bear used to be. Massive, incredible, unbelievable. Like their leg is as big as you, right? Now they're emaciated, starving to death. And people are out there apologizing for it, blaming it on smoking and who knows what else. But it's just not so. You went from a beautiful ecosystem to animals emaciated, starving to death, swimming 700 miles, not getting nothing to eat, and then dying with the deepest dive, the longest open water swims, desperate to find something they can scavenge, and they couldn't even find it. All the whales dying throughout the coastline, emaciated. All the birds, emaciated. Even the killer whales were all emaciated. Like, this is staggering what we're seeing. Everything emaciated, everything dying, everything starving to death. Just unimaginable amounts of die-offs in just a short period of time. January 9th, January the 12th, February the 1st, January, finding all the... Oh, no, take your selfies. It's okay, kiddies. It's normal to have emaciated seals and sea lions everywhere. Timmy, don't you know anything? June the 29th, 2017, Geiger counter is live in the top right-hand corner. Real time, 55 is serious, you evacuate. So 40 is bad, trust me. 10 is bad. 132 is terrible. Yesterday I noticed in the first few minutes we were hitting 300 on the Geiger counter. Counts per minute. It's astonishing. It's unbelievably frightening. Absolutely frightening. Yeah, hi. Dana Durnford's calling. I've done expeditions along your coastline, and I noticed all the species are missing. I say I was up on your coastline looking for species, for insects and birds, tidal zones, all the species are missing. Just hang on a second. Yeah, I went up and done expeditions on your coastline, 260 days, 15,000 miles of the Canadian coastline. I noticed all your species were missing in your tidal zones. All your algae were missing, 700 algae, 78 species of sea anemones, we only found a couple. 70 species of sponges, we only found a few. The list goes on and on and on. All the species are missing. Yeah, what's going on? How come you're not telling people? Yeah, go ahead, sure. What kind of country is this? What kind of world am I living in? Is there anybody out there with any integrity? Is there anybody on the planet that even cares anymore? Are you so lost in your little world that you're going to sit there and passively let these monsters, these animals, these despicable creatures wreck our planet? And then hide it away. It's unbelievable. that I got to come out here and do what I got to do because nobody else will do it. And even your own media, your despicable media, your disgusting, maniacal, twisted, heartless, spineless media cannot even walk down to the beach and do a species count. How is that possible? Where did we lose that part of humanity? Where is humanity? Why doesn't humanity exist anymore? Why is this newspaper in Hawaii, formerly known as the Queen Charlotte Islands? And let me show you what I'm talking about. We're talking about an extinction event. This is from the Hawaii before and after. Up here is Hawaii. It's in the middle of nowhere. I went up and done this whole coastline. But we spent a couple of months in Hawaii hanging out with the dive fleet, the commercial dive fleet. And we show literally an extinction event. And watch. These are before and after in Louise Narrow in particular. All gone. All the species are gone. And here's the Hawaii Observer telling everybody everything's okay. Hawaii Observer in the Queen Charlotte, formerly known as the Queen Charlotte Islands in Hawaii, is telling everybody what's behind me is natural, but not that over there. It's saying that don't matter, this is fine. And if that is not outrageous, if that is not despicable, if that is not monstrous, my apologies. I'm so angry. Everything is gone, and I'm supposed to believe that they don't know. That they're so fucking complacent in a little tiny spot in the middle of nowhere that they can't tell the fucking difference. Oh, well, that's the first I ever heard of it, sir. All gone. What's over there was right here. These are the same fucking places. All the pictures you're looking to the left are that from Hawaii. In Louise Narrows, just pre-Fukushima. And now everything is gone. This is one of the most coveted places in Canada. It's fucking naked. And Hawaii, only media up there is like, no, it's all okay, man. No Fukushima here. It's like a fucking dental x-ray. Alzheimer's, dementia, autism, heart, liver, lung, respiratory, pituitary, adrenaline, fucking disease after disease after disease shows up before cancer. Everything's gone. And you're like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead and eat the radiated food and die. Shut up. We're getting a paycheck to murder you. Everybody at Hawaii Observer. You're the worst of the worst. You're the most despicable people imaginable. You're the most heartless, spineless monsters conceivable for Canada. You're truly demented because you're in Hawaii. All you got to do is walk down to the shoreline, and it's all missing. And you don't know that. You can't work that out. No one mentioned that. Nobody's like, Jesus, there's something going on. And these polar bears are starving to death. This was about a month ago, and this was a couple of weeks before that. These bears, they starved to death. This bear here, he traveled over 700 miles looking for food, couldn't find any. The scientists followed him. He starved to death. That's why everything is missing along the coastline, rather, of British Columbia. It's because they all starved to death. It's because that's how radiation works. That is not actually like a banana or a potato chip or walking in sunshine. So hugs for everybody. We'll have another video out tomorrow if I'm not in jail. And please support me. They got done to me. My site stripped in order to stop this debate and stop this conversation and stop you from understanding what's going on. Don't let them get away with it. I need your support desperately. You can donate at thenuclearproctologist.org. This is not a game anymore. You can donate at PayPal. Dana Durnford at hotmail.com on PayPal. That's how you find me. You'll find the links below. Hugs for everybody. You have to take your planet back. At some point, we're going to have to go there and do it.